And what are we talking about?
An 1880 artillery.
Yeah, so we're just
Snider.
going to talk about this as a 1880 artillery Snider 5.577 caliber. Yeah, and we've got Hillbilly One talking about this. Yeah, too many fucking hillbillies. Okay, oh, away you
So this is an 1880 Bonehill made Snider carbine. This is a
So we've got 1880 down here. So and that's why he's said we're just trying to cut the video a little bit shorter because I think we're doing too long. So we've got an 1880
CG Bonehill.
CG Bonehill 1880 stamped on there with the sold in and sold out of service stamps.
Yep.
Yep. And then over here we've got
Queen Victoria's crown.
Queen Victoria's crown with VR stamped underneath the bottom of it. VR. Sorry, am I taking over? No, carry on. Yep.
That's all right.
Yep.
2 heads are better than one.
2 heads are better than one.
It's got an original War Department roundel impressed onto the butt.
I don't know what we've got, A4 or A something carved into the butt, which could be Auckland Constabulary number 4 regiment, or it could be AA of initials, or somebody that's put it in it, or one owner that's probably owned it in the past, possibly. Is that correct, Hillbilly One?
Possibly.
But an idiot who did it anyway, because it's not official stamp, is it? Or official carving.
No.
Yeah. So we've got that there, sold and sold out of service with the maker of the stock, is it? Yeah.
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 As I say, this is specifically a New Zealand gun. The New Zealand government ordered these in 1880. There were 2 contractors. One of them was CG Bonehill, which is marked here. Now it's...
I'm just going to go to the other markings on here. Yep. Oh yeah, we can get that probably better that way. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, and we can slightly see in there that we've got NZ there with 81. So that would be the contract of the year of 1881.
It's probably the issue date here.
Oh, issue date, this?
I think so.
Yeah, well, when it was issued with the New Zealand government, when the government brought them into New Zealand in 1881, wouldn't it? And then this is the rack number or the number of the gun at the bottom.
Yeah, that's the gun number.
That's the gun number or the rack number.
Yeah. And that number matches
the number at the top. We've also got New Zealand stamped up the top here again, and they both match. So the New Zealand, instead of putting it on the butt plate down here, there's also, like a lot of them were just marked down the bottom here, but we've got the WD War Department and the sold and sold out of service and the inspection stamp. That's correct, with the crown above the numbers.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we're going back up to the top here again. Yep.
It's got the very rare original leather sight cover.
Yep, and that's New Zealand stamped on the side as well.
New Zealand stamped. Yep.
And that's got the New Zealand broad arrow, but instead of re-stamping it in the leather, putting the sold and sold out of service, they've left it as it was issued.
Yep.
So that would have been stamped on the same date of 1881. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's extensively marked. The barrel bands.
The barrel bands. So we've got the barrel bands there.
Yeah, they've got the original...
So one thing, inspection stamps and the sold and sold out of service everywhere over this gun.
Yep.
On the bands.
Even this lock plate screw has...
Yeah, so the lock plate screw has got a broad arrow on it as well. So lots of broad arrows everywhere on both of them.
Yep.
I can see it on both of them. And then on your trigger guard, correct?
Tang.
Oh, trigger tang, is it? Yep.
Yeah,
I thought it was trigger guard.
Well, that's the guard. That's the tang.
Oh yeah, the tang. Okay then. Okay. Thank you very much, Hillbilly One. Yeah, and then there we've got the WD department again. On the thing. Yep. Yep. We're just going to try to rush this on a little bit. Yeah. And we've got how to cock it is that way.
It's got the third model latch.
Third model latch, and that's where your bullet rams into. So this is a centre fire gun, and you need a license for this one. or it'd be a fence. So I couldn't sell this gun unless you've got a New Zealand gun licence with it.
Yep, that's correct.
Yep.
Yep, so it appears to be all nice and original as made.
Yep. Yeah, it's a nice original thing. We're basically going over it. You got your sling, which we're not sure if it's 100% period, but it looks pretty close to me, or is period to the gun.
Yeah, I don't think this is an official issue sling.
Yep.
But it's certainly period.
Hillbilly 3-4. Could you come over here and we're just going to talk about this thing, and this is the bayonet, and he's just pulling it out. So that's a nice bayonet, and this is a sawback, and we're trying to get Hillbilly's face, but this is this is a sawback, and this fits on the end of the gun like yo, and you can see by the sawback means that they used to cut wood with them, and they're quite lethal if they got stuck into you. Yeah, so we've got that there, and you can sort of compare it with the 1851 gun there. 1853 gun, and that's one that I might do at a little bit later date. But you can see the length of the difference between the 2-band and the three band gun. But this is a Land Wars period one, and this is made by Tower and dated 1853. Yeah. But anyway, so that's basically your gun. Is there anything else to talk about it, Mr. Hillbilly? Oh shit, got your face in for a second.
That'll scare them off.
That'll scare them off. But it was only for a second.
Yeah, it's got the 5-groove rifling, which is correct for this model. The ball's not very flash. I'd call it fair.
Yeah, fair. But a true nice little gun, and we're just going to wrap it up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, totally original again.
Yeah. Well, they used to run around with these things on the, they were bush guns, so they took them into the bush a lot. The armed constabulary, and they chased bandits and everything around in New Zealand, like the cowboys and Indians, and not the Indians. I mean, the bad people that used to rob banks and do stagecoach. There was a few bad boys in those days, but the armed constabulary used to run around and have encounters with them in the late 1800s. That's about it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and enjoy the rifle when I do list it at a later date, but I quite like it at the moment, so it's staying in my collection for a bit. Thank you. Thank you, Hillbilly 1, for describing this gun.